Mic's not on. That would be helpful. All right, all right, all right. What's up? What's up? It is great to be here with you guys tonight. I am excited because I'm planning to play with one of my favorite VSTs in the world, Serato Sample, because honestly, last night was cool, but I was a little stressed out working with unfamiliar samples, not realizing that they weren't quantizing right. I was like, all right, let's do something I know how to do tonight, and that is work with Serato Sample. Real quick before we get started, if you're watching the replay of this, there's going to be a link below. Let me practice looking at the camera for once too. There's going to be a link below in the video description that will let you skip to the actual 10-minute beat challenge, because what am I doing tonight? Same thing I do every night, Pinky. I take 10 minutes to try and make at least 12, hopefully 16 or more bars of a legit finished sounding track, and I only give myself 10 minutes to do it. So that's kind of the name of the game. That's why I do it every night. This is Oyama's Music, where I am hoping, I am helping beginning beat makers break through to make better beats on a budget. That might be too many B's, but we're all about the alliteration up in this. Coming to you live from LA. Late at night because I got a baby. There's one more B. Anyway, having too much fun. Just to kick things off, though, as promised in the thumbnail, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of Serato Sampler, which is one of my favorite things. And to do so, I fired up a brand new camera for this stream tonight. I call it the launch key cam because it's a launch key. I'm not very creative. So, yeah, I got a little bit different Ableton setup right here for you guys tonight, so you can see what's going on, because Serato is really great if you have a MIDI controller, and you don't really need the drum pads, to be completely honest. If you've never heard of a sampler or a Serato sampler, it's really cool. It lets you chop up a sound into little pieces and play them, and if you hear it, it's got a very like vintage hip hop kind of sound, because that's what they made that music with back in the day. And well, back in the day all the way up to this day. I'm gonna open up some samples here. Hold up, I think that's not coming through loud. All right. Oh, I think I know what happened. It didn't come through because the previews don't come up for you guys. Let me see if this comes up now that I got it queued up. This is actually not Serato Sampler. So what I just did, let me break that down real quick. I have a MIDI track right here, and you can open up new MIDI tracks, Control-Shift-T. I just Control-Z undid that. But here's a MIDI track for you. Hey, Ayush, what's up? Oh, afternoon in Singapore for Amelia. Nice. All right, cool. So I'm gonna show you the difference between the free sampler, which is really awesome, in Ableton Live. It's even in Ableton Live Lite, which is like the best $5 app you could ever buy, Ableton Live Lite. There's a way to do that. Ask me if you're interested. It's out of the scope of the video for today, but double click on this, on any wave sample, and it'll throw up the sample in what's called Simpler, which is a simple sampler. There is a better sampler in Ableton Live. However, it is called Sampler, but it only comes with Suite, which is like a crazy amount of money compared to what I'm running, which is standard. But this is kind of neat. Let me put it in the normal octave. So basically, if I push this, so it just starts playing the sample, and you got a bunch of really neat stuff here. Like, you notice how it like cut off immediately as soon as I push that key. Let me show you bigger on the launch key cam. Drag that over a bit. So on the launch key cam, as soon as I cut off, it stops. Now, if I go over to Ableton, I can do things like adjust the release, so it'll release a little bit more slowly. It's got its nice gentle fade at the end. That was really long, by the way. That was 6 seconds. Oh, by the way, in Ableton, on anything you ever touch with a dial, you can double click it like this. It'll go back to the default. Kind of nice speed hack there. But what happens when you play different keys? So it's kind of fun. And sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. So you can have fun with that. But it's also got, so it basically pitches it up every key. You've also got one shots. I push it once. No hands. So no hands, you just tap it once, it plays the whole sample. Kind of cool with a shorter sample, kind of awful with a long guitar loop like this. Last mode, you got slice. So now this is where the real fun is. I'm going to turn on drum pad mode on my keyboard. So you can already kind of get the feel for how that would be cool. Right? Just, you could just have a lot of fun with that. And it's like really, really fun and cool. This is simpler and it's really cool. And what else is there to say about it? You could turn up and down the sensitivity. Like, watch right here where my mouse is. When I pull the sensitivity up and down, you get a lot more. Like, there's like a micro slice on this button. It doesn't even make sense. It's like, that's not even a sound, but that's Ableton's AI doing its best. But now if I turn the sensitivity down to like 38, so this is just a lot of fun. I really love watching videos with guys like Ninth Wonder or Sarah the Instrumentalist or Eldre, like the Lo-Fi King, right? Where they use like an MPC or other kinds of samplers. So this is really fun. It's really cool. It's really free. And you've got a bunch of other controls that I am totally not going to get into. I'm probably not the best person to talk to about those anyway, but let me show you what my fave does though. So Serato, I'm into it. First of all, because I like a good interface. If you see me gush about bold over the last few streams, you get me. I'm all about how good it looks, but it doesn't look like much at the moment. I'm gonna open up, let's see if I can find that same one. Was that Echelon? Okay, I'm gonna drop it in here. And now what you got, you've got a visual, pretty looking representation of it. I'm going to push a button and you notice how it just lit up. It lit up the red one. I don't know if you saw that, but so it did a little bit of a weird thing. So it has a different method of warping, which sometimes works well, sometimes doesn't. But say you don't like that, you could click half. There he goes. That's back to normal. You can do a global pitch up. So like say your song was in E. I'm not even sure if this really was in D, but okay, so that's cool. Now notice that we don't have the automatic chop set up. We only have one button and it only set up when I push the button. That's cool because now what I do is I set up the second button wherever I want. Oh, Ayash just asked, how much is Serato? Yes, full price, it is 100. Brent Bishop, absolutely right. I got mine for 49 bucks though. Just keep an eye out. If you think this is cool, my advice is wait for Black Friday if you don't got cash. Or do the rent to own thing on Splice because it's on the rent to own. It almost definitely, I would bet money that it's going to be 49 bucks on Black Friday this year. And it seems to go on sale about twice a year. So I've been in this thing since last Black Friday is about when I roughly started producing. I've seen it go on twice so far. Bye, Aish. Good to have you. But the real sauce with this thing, I mean, you got like, I could filter that individual clip. You can toggle the exact release. Oh, is it doing the double click thing? I don't know if it's going to do it. I don't want to go too long on this. I can turn it up, I can turn it down, because that's useful if some parts of your sample and you're making a song, it's louder or softer. You can turn up the attack or make it fade in. You can turn up the release and make it fade out. But here's some of the really cool features. I love that you can reverse it. One click. And you can just have any chop you want reverse. You can time stretch that same chop. And it hasn't pitched it up either, it just time shifted. You could key shift just one. And you could like also make one pad. You can do that thing with this, but the one thing about that is it forces you to do that with that MIDI track for the rest of your time with it. The other thing that I really dig about Serato is you can have favorite chops. This is my second favorite thing. Let me show you my favorite in a minute. But second favorite thing is you can, let's say you make a lot of chops and then you realize you only really want a few for your track. You favorite them and it will show up here like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find samples. See how I did that? I just clicked find samples. Let me delete, select all, delete. And oh, it didn't delete that because I favorited it. I'm going to delete that one too. I'm going to find samples. It auto chopped it. Actually, this one didn't come out so good. I find that it works really well with like soul samples and things with a beat. So sometimes with something like this, it's better just to do it yourself. But anywho, this is getting real long. But in short, I really like Serato Sample. And I would probably just select all, delete, and try to find my own way around this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I usually do. It's okay, Amelia. Thank you. I appreciate that you showed up. Yeah. I'm going to actually just start my timer and go. I'll try to narrate along the way. It's a little bit harder, especially since you're not hearing what I hear when I click on these things. I tried to give myself a lot of ammunition to work with this time too. One new thing from the last stream is I actually set up my folders in my collections. Super important when you're working with Serato. Keep your favorite guns locked and loaded. Keep your favorite things ready to go in a folder. So I got all my favorite plugins, instruments, and loops. So we're going to see what we can do with that today. We're just going to get right into it. Anywho, I'm a big fan of the Serato sampler. Delete that one. Set myself up a few new MIDI tracks. Or actually, let me just duplicate this one because it's already got my favorite tools locked on it. Stop the track. Go over to master, and we're gonna start this thing. All right, here we go. See you later, Amelia. Have a good one. We're gonna go 3. Oh, I feel a little nervous about this. It's a good kind of jitter. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, 10 minutes on the clock. Got beat timer open. Shut it down and keep it on the side. It'll ding me at 5 minutes. Here we go. First thought. I'm gonna go in and check out some melodies. Okay, I'm going to throw this into Serato so you can hear what I'm working with. Let's see if auto chop works better this time and set it to half. Find samples. This is already feeling like a good intro to me, so I'm just going to click on here. let's go. Found something. All right, let me cancel that and set my loop up here. I'm gonna set it to, I don't know, maybe 8. Got my metronome on. I don't think you guys hear it though, but anyway, it's on for me. Let's see, am I recording? Yes, I am. That's a little bit fast, 148. Oh my gosh, it just automated it to 120. Let me just see if I can delete the automation. All right. Stop, start. Okay, there it is. Let me just set the loop a little bit shorter. I don't think I'm gonna do 8 bars all in one go. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, let's go slower. And 100, delete the automation again. Control delete, I should learn that hotkey. That's a good one. Watch your hotkeys when they show up. That's the key to go faster. 3, 4. All right, there we go. Double click it, then we can see it. I'm gonna quickly quantize, Control A, Control U. Let's see if I can find a good drum break. Oh, yes. You're gonna like this one, guys. Here we go. Let me tab over and drop it in here. Just make sure it comes in as a simpler. Double click, there we go. I'm gonna pull a little trick with the simpler right now. C3, that's very important. There we go. This is like the hardest thing I've written in a while. Hey, from LA, here we go. Oh, it's got a warp. Warp matches it, hopefully, to my beat. Control U. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with that beat for like for real, but I like how it started, so I'm just gonna delete and keep moving, or not delete, duplicate. That's my intro. Let me delete that. Actually, a better intro would probably just be quarter notes. Let me just try that again. That's my 5-minute warning. Just heard it go off. Let's see. Boom, boom. Okay, I'm just gonna duplicate that. Control drag. Control drag. All right. You feel those West Coast vibes on this one yet? 90s hip hop vibes. Okay, I see what I wanted. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get away with a different drum loop for the next section. I'm gonna open up here. Okay, I'm feeling this one. Let's drop it in. Oops. Let's do it as an audio track. Oh man, I already passed 5 minutes. That means I got like 2 minutes left. Let's just go quick. Duplicate. Oh! Love it. Okay, let's duplicate that. That's good. Layer something else on top. Let's get a piano on that. Where's my piano? Addictive keys. Let's go, let's go. No, not Studio Grand. Mark 1. Selections. Oh, I don't have this? Oh, I don't have this one on this one. I only got Studio Grand. Let's do Retro Grand, I'm feeling that. Okay, but it needs some RC20. Gotta retro it up. Let's put something harder, vinyl 4 or VHS. Okay, don't think, just go. Record. Okay, there we go, there we go. Oh no, I messed it up. I did it in the wrong one. Okay, you know what? Let's just do some, wow, how did I mess that up? Okay. How fast can I go? Recreate that. Don't want to miss my bus. Here we go. It's a little hot. Okay, great, great, great. Let's delete, duplicate. Where's my 808? 808, 808. Control F, 808. What do I got? Ah, that was 10 minutes. So close. Anyway, let me play you what I got from beginning to end. Little mistakes. It's the little, as the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, it's the little foxes. Oh, not Proverbs, Song of Solomon. It's the little foxes that ruined the vineyards. All the little mistakes along the way. Oh, I found a really exciting keys thing, got so excited, and I overwrote my... Oh, it's still overwritten. Wait, is it? Oh, it is, it is. Oh, man. I don't even know what to do with that. Was that simpler? That was simpler. At least it was simpler. So, let me try and just fix that. Which drum break was that? Drunk swing. Hey! And I got my boy Drunk Bishop in the chat. Let's see if it came out. No. Okay, I'm in that channel again. It's still unaddictive. Oh, it's because of the RC20 probably. Let me delete that. There it is. There we go, there we go. Am I trying too hard to be retro here? Got that miss key too and everything. There it is. That's that. That was a fun one. That was a fun one. What would I have done if I had more time? Let me show you what I do now that I have more time. Let me open up Beat Timer again. Beat Timer. I'll keep plugging this. Hey, I got a 3-day streak. So stuff I haven't showed you yet about Beat Timer, by the way. I'm about to unlock a sample pack. No, I'm not. I'm gonna unlock it in 4 more days, which hopefully I can keep up. I have never gotten to GOAT somehow. But I've had a lot of hours logged on Beat Timer, and you can even share them on their leaderboard, which maybe I will. Ed at Oyama. I can't spell. And my social link is Oyama's Music. Let's go. Own your streak. So I'm actually going to show up on their ranking board. I don't know if it shows up immediately, but it just opened my browser, and there's actually a leaderboard. It's kind of fun. I'm like kind of competitive about stuff like this. There's no way I'm going to get to 158. That guy's probably going to keep going forever. But did I even post? I'm on day 3. No. I'll probably show up tomorrow, and I'll show you how I move up the ranks. Me and my 3-day streak. I'm going to take these boys down, or these boys on 2. Anywho, let's see how high I can get, right? Can I get to the top 10? Maybe number 1. We'll see. These people are intense. 150? That means it's like almost half a year for them. That's awesome. Anywho, if I had more time, let me turn on the stopwatch and see what I can do with another 5 minutes. Yeah, so here we are. They also got like cute little things here. Just make amazing music. No more titles, genres, separation. That's kind of good. You can reset your timer here. Set it to 0. I just set it to... Wait, oh, no, I didn't. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Okay, let's see how far I can get. I'm going to leave my timer open in the other window. I was actually thinking of making a video about 808s, and I realized it was a lot of work, but I was reminded as I rewatched Tetro's 808 video for like the 3rd time or something, that when you put an 808 on a track, it's a really good idea to tune it. Because, for example, I was just playing the piano, and the piano, of course, is in tune. Oh, these are hard 808s. This is going to be good. So it says it's a C, but you always want to check, is it actually C? So to check that, what you do is you come up Control F and type in tuner. That's an audio effect, and you just drop it here. Quick check. Hey, we actually are in C. Cymatics. Actually, Cymatics is pretty good. Some people bag on Cymatics. I'm not quite sure why. I'm sure if I Googled, I could figure it out. My guess would be they can be a little aggressive with the email stuff. It can be a little bit spammy and overhyped, but I do think the stuff they make is genuinely pretty cool. and that's where I got started. I know I hyped Drunk Bishop in the chat up about it a lot back in the day too, when we were both getting started. But anyway, let me show you what I would think I would do next. Actually, let me figure out what on earth I need to do. It's really loud with the drums, so I'm going to tab over. I'm just going to solo. No, I shouldn't solo. Let's turn off the drums of different kinds so I can hear. Here's another trick. Because 808s are so low, it's hard to tell what you're doing, so I octave up here. Oh, you can't even see because my camera moved. I push the octave button on my launch key. And then you can... It helps if you know something about scales. So I'm a new producer, but I'm a longtime musician. So this kind of stuff, figuring out the key and things, comes a little bit more naturally for me than it might for some people, especially because my first instrument was piano. But Tetro's got a really great music theory series right now. That's a great place to start. Learning scales is a great place to start. But that's why I can work so quickly, just kind of guessing. Honestly, it's a guess. It's a very educated guess, but it's a guess what I'm supposed to be doing at any point in the song. But I'm also gonna, because I'm having a little trouble, because this isn't a really crazy key. I don't know if you saw it. If you know anything about keys. It's like a G sharp minor or something. I don't even know what I'm playing right now. I'm like, wow, that was weird. But so if I play it, I'm gonna try and figure it out on piano, and then I'm gonna figure it out on the 808. Or I might even just duplicate this. So you can duplicate a track by selecting the track and pushing Control D. You can duplicate all sorts of stuff in this thing. So it's a lot easier to hear, right, with the piano. Oh, that was pretty good, actually. I got lucky on that one. That sounded nice. So I'm just going to take that exact thing. Looks like I flubbed it just a tiny bit. I can push fold, Control out, drag around, hold Control and mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Hold Control out and click. There you got the hand tool, and it flips back when you're done. Click to deselect everything. I got a bad note. Deleted. Now another little thing that I just noticed, my thing, see, if your note starts right before the clip starts, you're in trouble. And this happens with multiple take lanes. But even so, like that take lane started here before the note started, and that's a problem. I'm gonna drag it over real quick. It's still, if I zoom in, it's still just over, so I'm gonna click it. Alternatively, undo. I could just select it and Control U. Control U is quantize. It makes everything on beat. Most of the time, it's like magic. I'm just gonna drop this here. Oh my gosh, that's so low. Ah, there is a way. I gotta learn the hotkey for it. There is a hotkey that would just octave this whole thing up. I don't know if Brent knows it. I'm going to select it all and push up 12 times. Because that's how you do an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's because it's like C0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So with this 808 sample, it's probably best if I had it closer to C3. So let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm gonna select all. One more trick. I'm gonna push legato. I don't like how those things end. This makes sure that all your notes, you see it just lengthened them before, and legato afterwards. It stretches it all out so it matches just up. There's never a moment where nothing's playing except, well, we'll see if I got lucky. I'm gonna remember that this was a G sharp 3. I'm back in the piano one, by the way. It's really bad that everything's the same color because I just so lazy and just duplicate. So this will make it easier to see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna color the clip. So now I remember that what I made just now, G sharp 3. So this is kind of lazy, but I'm gonna select all and I'm just gonna drag it all the way down to, I guess that was like G sharp 0 or something. Oh, it won't let me go further. Let's just drag it to a lower G sharp and see how that goes. All right, the magic moment. Bring back the drums. Eight minutes. I just duplicated the RC20, Control D. I'm gonna, so stupid, double RC20 it, but let's make it sound even older. I don't know, flux chorus. Thanks, Brent. Yeah, I'm just thinking if I was to go a little bit further with this, what would I do? What would I do? I can't believe I double RC20. That's pretty funny. I don't know if that's... Oh, delete. Don't delete. Don't delete. Duplicate. So I won't go through the trouble of selecting the right sound, but what I'm thinking I would go next with is... something like that, but maybe with like something like that. But you know what I'm talking about? That's I could get sued for that actually. I've heard these days, so maybe I shouldn't do exactly that. But with something more like a square wave, West Coast G funk. Wow, 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 wow. That sound, if you know what I'm talking about. What song is that? Oh, it's gonna kill me. I cannot remember. Anywho, that's about it for tonight. I just wanted to show you what I've got. So the takeaways from tonight, Serato. I feel like that came a lot more intuitive to me in Serato, especially because of the way that I can just quickly look through and see all the chops on the thing. I didn't really use the special features as much, but if I really wanted to do a proper B section, I mean, what did I even do with Serato? It's pretty funny. What I did with Serato up here, that's another direction I could go with the next bar. So the easy thing would have been to do the lead, but I should probably come up with something else so I don't get sued. Something like that. But then I could try doing something else with Serato. So if I solo Serato again, so it's kind of funny. I can open it up and basically what I was doing. Oh, you're not looking at my DAW right now. Awkward. So now we're looking at this. You can actually see it on these keys when I play it back. Yeah, you can actually see. What I would probably do for a B section is try maybe see what else I find. Oh, that wasn't a sign, so it just set it where it was. And then return to that. So the funny thing about this genre of music, I didn't really do transitions. If you listen to the last two live streams, I had to do a lot of transitions to make it work. Would transitions make this better? Oh yeah, it would sound great if I could find a West Coast or 90s hip hop appropriate little flourish here, maybe a sparkle or a doing. There's like that kind of triangle but pitched up at the end that shows up in a lot of like Warren G and all that. That would be cool. But does it work without it reasonably well? Yeah, I think it does. I feel like it works okay. Maybe a reverse like orchestra hit, like what was that song? Dun 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 bum 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 da 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 da. It's the one and only GRE. Okay, that's the radio edit. But yes, you know what I'm talking about? It's had that reversed thing going in. That would be great, but it works reasonably well, surprisingly, without it. Well, final soul. So one thing that I would tell you about this particular genre, and I'm no expert. I'm operating mostly by feel on this one, guys. But I've listened to enough of it that I've kind of internalized some of the things that you'd want to do. So this little move right here, see, dun 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 dun, like it's not even just like a 90s hip hop thing. It's just like a hip hop R&B kind of move. I feel like I've heard a lot of Dr. Dre that does that. I could go Beyonce or like Destiny's Child. I was like the Beyonce band. What was that before that? Dun 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 dun. So you got a lot of stuff like that. And then you could do the bump, 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 bump. This is really different and a lot simpler than like, I don't know, the stuff I was doing last night or the night before where it's like, da, 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 da. That's more of electronic dance music kind of thing, which I'm actually less familiar with. But you can get away with like a good drum break. This is kind of a boom bap kind of thing. And then keyboard, keys, a nice sounding piano could be like any. This is Addictive Keys, which is kind of expensive, but it comes free with the launch key. But like any good sounding keyboard run through. I'm using RC20, which is more expensive, 49 bucks like we established on sale, but like just use, oh, I should do that tomorrow night. We should use the new one. Cymatic's got this thing called Origin. Yeah, it's basically, I've heard, a lo-fi one-touch thingy thing. So there's that. Turn up saturation. Probably turn up the gain. And that's all right. See, like, you don't need RC20. I mean, this is definitely not RC20. Someone said it was RC20 on a server today, and I'm like, well, RC20-ish for sure. It's got RC20 vibes, but yeah, you definitely get a lot more out of RC20, but hey, that was cool, right? Wasn't that cool? I think it was cool. Turn the gain back down, turn the reverb back down, turn the A reverb back to 0. And what on earth was that? That was this one. Oh, that was the wrong one. Origin's pretty cool. RC20 is cool, but this is a very simple track. It's really only got like, I don't know, 4 sounds, but that's part of the genre. A really good drum break is kind of the glue that holds this thing all together. Anyhow, yeah, this has been fun tonight. Last night, I don't know if I was having as much fun because it was more stressful, but this one, yeah. Serato Sample, I didn't even do that much with it, but takeaways, where was I? Takeaways. 1, know your genre, but even if you don't know it well, just get started. You'll pick it up along the way. This is not my first rodeo in this genre for sure. 1, know your genre. 2, soak up good influences. When I was a computer programmer at UCLA way long ago, studying computer programming, which I eventually stopped. I changed majors because I couldn't handle it. They said garbage in, garbage out, but that's just good wisdom. If you're not listening to the genre that you want to make, it's really hard to make that genre. And I end up making a mix of different stuff. It's like 90s influence, mostly Fatboy Slim, Big Beat. I don't even know if anyone makes that anymore. That kind of stuff. But I listen to so much of it, I can kind of like bomb, 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 bomb. And I know what to do with the drum breaks. It's like dance, 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 dance. You kind of like figure that out. And 3, this is one that I have not talked about yet, but it became clear. This is like my secret edge maybe in this game. Jam a lot. Like, learn to play an instrument and jam a lot. That's probably the one thing I've been doing a lot of that maybe younger producers might not be doing. I mean, I'm 40 years old this year, but I've been only producing for, I don't know, it's like a half year to a year now, coming up on a year in November around Black Friday. But my thing is, I've always been jamming. I'm part of the church worship team and have been since like I was in, I don't know, high school, playing keys, guitar, drums, bass, a little bit of everything over the years. Another story for another time. But the jam is the key. And how do you learn how to do stuff like this on the fly? Do this. You don't have to make your own sample thing in Serato Sampler or Simpler. You just come up with something nice that you find, like, I don't know. Let me just, I almost want to just, I should save this, save live set. What is today? 8/11/21. Live stream hookup number 3. Woo, we survived. We made it. We didn't just survive today. We thrived today. Save that. Let me just mess this up a bit. So if I didn't know how to play the keys yet, let me just delete a bunch of stuff. I would just turn this thing on. Find a sample in the key of C. Let me start a new audio track. Wish I had Ableton when I was trying to learn music that was not classical. For example, I'm part of Tetro's server, so I'm just going to pull out. I noticed he had a lot of great loops in the key of C. So C is a great key to learn from because you don't touch the blacks at all, and almost anything you pick has a much greater chance of sounding good. Tab over, just the balance a little because that was hot, and then play. I'll turn the drum down a little, but I want it for context. You just experiment a lot, play stuff you know. Yeah, it sounded like I would not use that in the song, but it was funny. But you just want to get the feel for the rhythm and what works. See if you can figure out what that thing was, the guitar. Maybe you won't hit it on the first time like me, because I do what I do for the last 20, 30 years, but just C is your save point and anything in the key of C. And if you find something you like, repeat it. And then you do something different. Then you go back. All right, sorry, I just didn't talk for a bit. I did like what's that Pixar movie, Soul? I just kind of got a little bit lost. Anywho, that's my recommendation. The third point on that, just jam on it. So my 3 takeaways for today's beat sesh. 1, you just gotta like really get to know your genre that you're working with. In this case, like this genre of hip hop, I would be listening to like Tribe Called Quest. I would be listening to Dr. Dre, but especially with the Breaksmore Tribe, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the new people. Sarah the Instrumentalist, Eldre. Listen to Curtis King, who made the Beat Timer. Lots of great wisdom there too. You do a lot of this. And then you jam a lot, like a lot. And then as I jam more, and even me, like I'm getting into this because I'm realizing stuff. And am I writing it down? Nah, I probably wouldn't write it down, but I'm filing it away deep inside for later. Oh, this has been my longest stream yet. But if you're still with me, thank you so much for hanging in here. This has been a fun one tonight. And I could talk about this stuff all night. So, thank you so much for coming out. It's an honor to have you with me. Real quick plug, if you stuck with me this long, be sure to check out my free guide, How to Crush a 10-Minute Beat Making Challenge. I'm not the best out here, but I got some ideas of how you could do that and how I've learned to do this in my last 8 months or so of beat making. So, yes. Click the link, leave me your name and email, and you'll get my best info on that. This has been a long one. Hopefully it's been a good one, and you enjoyed it as well. Anyway, you guys have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. It has been good for me, and I hope to see you on the next stream next night. This is Oyama's Music, and that's all.